Staring at this title screen wants me, or it's luring me into trying to make a cup of coffee during the stream, but I don't usually do that. It also kind of screws up my sleep when I take it at like 9:30 at night. What is this? Unimportant. Looks like. Okay.
I'm on the scene.
I've got
Here goes.
Oh, great. We have the freaking. Are these the same abyss worms as they usually are? In the other games? Oh, that's a great start.
Show 'em what you're really capable of.
Okay. They are abyss worms, which means they most likely have the same gimmick.
Make it count, Aaron.
One of the biggest
Now's a good time
side
to
quest
boost.
gotchas in Trails in the Sky. SC, I'm pretty sure.
Sucker.
Barry now.
I think it's SC.
Gotcha.
Activating skill.
Thankfully, as we get more tools, they get less powerful. Yeah.
Hey, that one felt pretty good. You did wonderful, Fairy. Arts
Oh.
attacks advised.
We got a color swap version of these guys.
Displaying enemy stats.
Blood Monad.
Use a sharp boost to
Metal
get the upper hand.
Station. That is not as good of a pun as they think it is.
Working.
Keep moving, Van.
Stay fast. Take this. All you want yet.
Activating skill.
Sucker.
Energy out. Activating skill.
Sucker. They're starting.
Chance.
Activating skill.
There we go.
Too slow.
All you want yet.
Activating skill.
Too slow.
It should be safe for now.
That was nothing to sneeze at on, yes?
An enemy mob. Wanna hear him out?
You can actually dodge cancel the big attacks. Okay, I'll have to keep that in mind.
Look out!
We don't have any
Use a
arts.
sharp boost to get the upper hand. Can't hide anything from us.
We don't have any arts S-craft, sadly.
They're stunned. Hit them fast, Barry.
This'll hurt. Breathe on twice.
Chance.
Give them your all. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Got him. And the box is
Moving on
titanium
up.
wristband. Van levels up. Moving up in the world as usual. Gotta keep moving.
These things know how to put up a good fight.
They'll definitely put you through your paces if you take them one-on-one.
Arts work best on this end.
Take this. Let's get to work.
Show 'em what you're really capable of. Launching in.
You just
Activating
beat
skill.
him up.
A chance. Here's some extra.
There we go.
I'm just getting warmed up.
Just use the good old-fashioned Pokemon move beat down, where you just have your whole party deal a little bit of damage until they die. If only that move was actually good outside of
Falls in and kicks some ass.
very specific edge cases.
This'll hurt.
Use a sharp boost to get your all. Perfect chance.
Too slow. Go time. Have some more. You've got this on you.
Activating skill.
Too slow. Gotcha.
Nice. That went great.
Okay, what way leads to the treasure chest? It looks like
You're a
this
true
way.
professional there.
Put these up. This way.
Arts work best on this end.
Gotcha.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. Show 'em
I
what
missed
you're
it.
really capable of.
Keep it up.
Activating
Great.
boost gauge limiter unlocked. I won't stop here. An enemy mob. Wanna clear him out? Look out!
Oh, I don't have enough.
This'll hurt. Got a whole slew of them.
Don't have enough for a nice boost.
Stay fast.
That'll do it.
Go time!
Activating.
Blink.
Boost gauge limit crushed.
Couldn't take your eyes off me, right?
That wasn't half bad, Aaron.
More of them.
Arts work best on this. An enemy mob. Want to clear him out? Keep getting engaged. Brace yourself. There's so many of them. Look out!
You
Got a whole slew of them.
You're up. Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Easy.
You
The
picked
box
the
is
wrong
action
guy to
3.
fight.
That's a pretty good one.
pretty hot shit, Van.
Let's see, do we have somebody we could throw that on after we collect whatever's in here? 2,000 shard skills activated. We get Tyrant Storm as a driver.
Shifting to
see.
maintenance mode.
We've got
That's a
action 2
single
on that, so we
element
might as well
slot.
throw that on. What do we get for...
That's a single element slot.
how did we check out the
Shifting to maintenance mode.
shard skill list? Here we go. Why? For some reason the promise isn't showing up. And also I need to get like a freaking band-aid on my finger. I have like a very bad dry skin crack. It's annoying. We need 4 earth. Okay, can we get some earth on this? We can get rid of burn from this slot and throw it in extra maybe. Could throw it in extra. How much earth do we need? We need 4 earth, which honestly isn't that much. Let's throw on EP3. There we go.
New shard skill added.
It's a Steadly Lance, which is the whole Death Blow Link thing. Very nice. This will throw Septium Vein into a different slot, since it can go anywhere. What is Amethyst String? Grants quick when HP is low. And our HP is high enough to where we don't really need the 150 HP, so maybe we'll throw
That's a single
Assault on
element
here.
slot. New shard skill added.
Slap in Septium Vein.
Shard skills updated.
Not really sure what else we can do.
Switching to maintenance
Things that
mode.
everybody else has. We have an extra action 2 for somebody, so we can hand that out. I'll hand it
Don't
over to
worry,
you.
Citri's got your back.
Maybe I should give that to Van as well.
New skill added.
It's Fortune.
Skills altered.
Modifying your orbment, are you?
This never activates, so we might as well throw Fortune on here.
Skills updated. Better check them out.
There we go. When Van kills something, we get 30% more items and 30% more Sepith. Beautiful. And Van is our S-Craft monkey here.
Commencing battle. Proceed with caution. Show 'em what you're really capable of. Boost gauge fully replenished. Combat
Manly him
over.
to death.
Processing data.
Close in and kick some ass.
Brace yourself.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
Got him.
Nice. That was great.
You kick butt, man.
Whoa. What?
That sounded like live combat.
We must hurry.
Oh, it's the big guy. The big worm.
Whew. That hits the spot.
Looks like he's doing fine. He's just chilling there.
What?
Found him. Petra. What's that silver thing?
Detecting small-scale seismic shift.
That thing from before?
Are you alright?
Yes. You're all here.
Damn, what'd you just do to neutralize the tremors? You paired the stun caliber and hollow style together most magnificently. The timing just happened to work out. It ain't gonna be happening again. The subspecies of the Abyss Worm. Watch out for their chain counterattacks. These solo skills are ours to take them down. Are you good to go?
Yes. I can still fight. Theo, be sure to work with them.
Understood. Initiating interception protocol.
Time for you to focus.
I like the robots, kind of cute. Okay, so it just chills by him like an ally, like, sort of like Clown Soleus.
It's working.
And, yeah. Lammy.
Going all in.
Flames. Breathe on. I need help.
Satellite Cure. Heal HP and attack point
Time to go
boost.
all out.
Reason. Side attack bonus. Also, Swirling
Displaying
Abyss.
enemy
Going all
stats.
in.
Need to look at his name. Oh. Undo?
Keep it up. It's working.
Oh, he has no S-crit. Okay then.
Time to go all out.
I'm just gonna do this, and
I owe you
You
one.
saved me.
You're next.
Give them your
Time
all.
for the main
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
a chance.
Activating
Time for
alright, small ones are dead.
boost gauge limiter unlocked. A chance. Here I go. To ground guard.
Oh, really? You can call allies. That's
my
amazing.
move now.
Make it count.
Activating skill.
Think fast. Take this. Hit him fast, Barry.
Activating skill.
Have some more.
Oh. Hey, I didn't attack you yet. Oh,
I won't
that's some
lose.
damage.
Theo, we need help.
Thanks, Phil. Got a whole slew of them.
Activating
Time for
skill.
the main.
Boost gauge limiter unlocked.
All you on, yes.
Almost.
Got it.
Shine. Control ray.
Oh, I missed the big guy. Oh,
Do your
that was
worst.
better than the worm strike.
Full boost. Go all out.
Heavenly Halter. We haven't seen this one yet.
Give me your all.
You're not getting away. Blast off.
Ooh, neat. Oh wow, that is a lot of damage.
I owe
You
you
saved me. A chance. It's up to you now. Leave this to me. Accessing.
Get them stats up.
Initialize.
Here's our chance.
So are we going to get a big
Proceed with caution.
bonus from killing all of these abyss worms?
This'll do the trick.
Pull out all the stuff.
We need help.
Thanks, Mel.
Severe things.
You're next.
Hit him fast, Fairy. Got a whole slew of them.
Activate
Brace
skill.
yourself.
Give them your all.
Ooh,
Hit him fast, Fairy.
there's that blow. Fancy. Now we can take out Swirling Abyss with double S grab.
Energy output max activating skill. Boost gauge limit increased. Activating skill. Boost gauge limit increased.
All right.
Power
1.6 tactical bonus. We gotta figure out how to bump that number up. We need like a 4 times bonus for an achievement. And we get Scent, which I think is the one that attracts enemies in the field. Is that all of them? I mean, honestly, I don't really avoid enemies all too much, so that doesn't hurt me too much. Is that all of them? I believe so. I believe that to be the case, yes. I believe so. Yes. Same exact answer. Are you hurt at all, Katra? I'm fine. I didn't realize you all would come. Sorry for causing you so much trouble. Trouble is right. At least you weren't dumb enough to come here unarmed. An orbital pulse gun, eh? You know your way around combat from what I saw. And with this floating thing, too. Floating thing? Does it have an AI in it? Wow. It's adorable. See, I'm not the only one. You think? This little guy's named Theo. Much as I'd love to hear more, you might have a shift to talking about what happened. I heard there aren't supposed to be monsters in here. We're checking the lights, right? Well, one of them's flickering. That's weird. Were they damaged? No, they were just swapped out the other day. Plus, not just that one that's gone bad, it's happening to all of them along the tunnel. You're right. These are self-sufficient lights, so they aren't on the orbital distribution network. Exactly, which means this kind of behavior should be impossible. So why? It was a setup the whole time. Get back here! Oh. Yeah. There's more of them? This isn't good. Everyone, prepare for combat. Man! There's the other robot.
Zeros!
I knew there were 2 of them.
Now, Albus!
Oh hey, the bracers.
Does anyone here need medical attention?
Did you come all the way from the capital? Nice heroic entrance there, Junior Senior Bracer.
Well, you seem fine. Thanks for rushing over here, Zeros.
Apparently the guy who voices Aldous is, I don't remember what his actual name is, but he is Octopimp on YouTube, and he did the fucking, that one, like, very homoerotic swimming anime 3, the abridged version, 50% off. He did a voice reel, and then I saw, like, oh, he voices Aldous in this game. Interesting. He's rushing over here, Zeros. Well, a black wolf? It's starting to feel like just about anything could pop up around here. I see. So that's what's being tested here.
Are all of you okay?
Supervisor.
Whew. Guess there ends of this little adventure then.
I'm okay now. You can let go.
Weird graphical thing going on. For a split second there. Should have just waited for us to arrive instead of going ahead on your own. Though I suppose I can commend you for rescuing him at least. You did a bang-up job down there yourself. You got no chill every time we bump into you, but you pulled your weight back in Cray too. I'm this close to being promoted to B rank, so I would hope I could handle this much. As for your snide little comment, you can mind your own damn business. I'm perfectly chill, thank you. You're just proving his point, you know. As for you, Catra, why didn't you call us to let us know something was off? Everything worked out alright in the end this time, but that could have easily ended worse than it did. I'm really sorry for worrying you. I thought I could handle it without any help since I had Theo with me. He's in crackers. Well, as long as you're alright, that's all that matters. It's real worrying that monsters that big are showing up down there though. That shouldn't be happening. Of course, orbit lights work to keep monsters away. Makes me wonder if them acting up is the cause. Is something on your mind, Catcher? Well, I saw them doing just that earlier, right? It's not the first time either. It's been happening every so often lately. They've gone out even when there was nothing wrong with the lights themselves, or they've done things they shouldn't be able to technically do. There have been times when they've been malfunctioning one minute, then totally fine the next. So you went down there because it was bothering you? That's more or less in line with what we've been hearing back at the guild. I don't think we can rule out a connection with what we're here to investigate either. Yeah, which you told us back when we were at Vernon HQ. I'm sorry, I couldn't really mention it in front of the CEO. Thanks for this. This is all great to know, so the guild will keep it in mind too. If anything else happens, could you let us know right away? And do. Thanks for coming all the way over here. I know you're here due to business with the Vern Company, but you should avoid any suspicious moves while you're at it. Got it, my lord. We'll be sure to follow your lead and be on our best behavior. You can start with axing the snark. Here we go again. Well, I'll see you later, everyone. Bye. Do you have to pick a fight with them when they just helped us out? It's fine, we're better off keeping the guild at arm's length over here. Well, let me just say again that I really do appreciate you coming to my rescue. But there was something you needed me for when you called me earlier? Oh yeah, almost forgot. There was something we wanted to discuss with you, actually. So you want to go inside the Institute of Science, do you? You're right that only Anya has the authority to do that. I wish I could help all you get through with her, but I can't upgrade your card. You need to speak to this guy right here. Let me see your card. Easy peasy. Cool. Why can't we have cards like that? Receive C rank ID certification. Oh, the writing on it changed. You're C rank just like me now, which means you can go inside the Institute. I really owe you one. You sure it's okay to do stuff like this without running it by that CEO first, though? Basil's run by 3 groups: the Burn Company, the Institute of Science, and the Artisans Guild. I'm the head of the 3rd one, so I don't need anyone's approval but my own for stuff like this. Besides, you say the professor's very young. I wouldn't be fit to call myself an artisan of Basel if I didn't find some way to thank you. Supervisor. Can't argue with that. Thanks a lot. Just out of curiosity, is C as far as you can upgrade our card? You got guts on you, kid. You call yourself a Spriggan, right? Can't say I'd peg you as the squeaky clean type, but I got a feeling you could do some good work where the guild can't. I can bump your card's rank up to a B if I feel like you've earned it, so keep up the good work. Ah, okay. I thought it'd be more of a stubborn old mule, but he's more lax than I give him credit for. Oh, I think it's more he just trusts us a little. Well, his trust in you makes me feel better about helping you too. That card's all you need to get into the Institute, but how about I show you the way there? Think of it as my way of saying thank you for saving me. Are you leaving, Catra? Woof. I am, but you're coming with. Thanks for the help earlier, Zeros. Could you take care of things here while I'm gone? Yes. So their names are Theo and Zeros? They're amazing. Yeah, they're like loyal animal friends straight out of a fairy tale. Black one looks rad in my opinion. I'm glad you can appreciate their brilliance. They are autonomous orbital drones based on the hollow AIs, if I recall. I heard about the technology involved to create them. I didn't expect to see both a floating support type and a ground-based offensive type while in the field, however. You're very well informed. My apologies for not introducing myself sooner. I am Rosette Twinings. I am a concierge for Marduk Total Security Company. I'm currently supporting Arkwright Solutions in their endeavors. Well, that explains how you know so much. But hold on, didn't you say this request was from... I thought Marduk's sponsors were covertly at odds with the Principality. So how did you end up establishing such a bizarre group like this? I'd ask myself the same thing every day. Might as well resign yourself to fate. It was clearly Arusha's guidance that brought us together. That and Mr. Arkwright's personal magnetism. How am I getting bundled with the goddess here? I guess I'll just have to let it go for now. Anyway, the Aerotram boarding platform is this way. You'll be able to use it now that your card's been upgraded. Patra is officially in the party, but I did not add him to the sidebar because I was just like, eh. When he actually joins the party, then I'll bother with it. Driver's gained. Whoa. Oh, there's a new shop in here. You know, I don't take kindly to outsiders, but a friend of Catra's is a friend of mine. I know you're that much for saving his life. Might have to ask you to wear a blindfold here on the floor, though. Top secret stuff going on here. That might be a bit dangerous. Hey, you're not crotchety after all. Nice to have a friend in you, old bud. Same here. Of course, he cause any trouble, and you'll be right back out the door. You're showing around, Catra. Just be careful with that. You know the drill. Hugin's got you covered if your drones need fixing. Thank you. Really appreciate you always looking out for me. Catra's like a grandson to me. I'd walk through Gehenna for that kid. This stuff's the least I can do. Surely just fine out there, lad, but be careful. I'm so glad Catra's okay. You were the ones who helped him, right? Are you his friends? More like acquaintances. He's been helping us out a bit. What about you, kid? Your mom and pop work here? His name's Nat. He's Riel's younger brother. He just can't keep himself out of the factory, so he tags along with her a lot. Vehicles especially pique his interest. Yeah, they're making a big robot here now, right? I want to see it. Come on, let me see. We've all warned Riel that Nat shouldn't be walking around the shop floor, but she just can't say no to him. And they do a lot of top secret work here. They turn a blind eye to him because he's family, but still. Hey, Nat, just don't get too close to anything, okay? You don't want to make people worried. Okay. I really like this workshop. My sister works here, and they make these cool cars sometimes, too. Sometimes they tell me it's dangerous and I shouldn't walk around, but everyone's really cool here. How's the shop? I'm really sorry for how hostile we were earlier. It's just, our work here is extremely confidential. After saving Catra, though, we owe you the keys to the whole damn town. If you need any work done in your ordnance, just let us know. We're happy to help. Oh, really? Isn't this the best workshop in Isn't this the best workshop in Basel or something? That it is. Hugin here is the supervisor Giskar's right-hand man. He is one of the most skilled engineers in the whole country. I can personally vouch for that. Wow, I'm honored. Damn, sick deal. Hey, you can give us a friend of an employee discount, could you? I can't go quite that far, I'm afraid. And really, I'm not that good, am I? Catra's a familiar face here. We helped develop his orbital drones. But really, he did most of the work. We just helped manufacture the parts themselves. Oh, don't sell yourself short. You were an immense help with testing and debugging. It was a team effort. I couldn't have finished them without all your help. Don't sell yourself short. At any rate, Catra's like family to all of us here. Theo and Zeros too. What you got?
No need to be shy now.
Oh, this is the trade menu. I forgot that this is even a thing. It does cost you material, and a decent amount of you material to upgrade it, so we're just gonna hold off on all that. We'll take the money, though. And we have enough Sepith to upgrade.
No need to be shy now.
Okay, this is worth buying if we can get our hands on it. There we go.
See you again.
Every point of additional power matters. There you go, Van.
No need to be shy now.
Not carry any more crest. Can't buy any arts drivers, so modify Orman. You're telling me his engineering friends didn't update all of it, didn't open up all of his slots? Cheap bastards. Hey, we can actually max out Agnes' slots. There we go. Can't do anything else, though.
See you again.
Agnes' Zippa unlocked. New material plus X2.
Switching to maintenance mode.
Is there anything in particular that might be good here? Mind, just for general arts attack up, is an option. We could throw on cast. That's not a bad idea. Although she doesn't actually use casting too much. Oh, they changed scent, actually. It now draws hate during command battles with 90% efficiency. Okay, so this is what you use if you want somebody to actually tank skills. If only evasion worked. Once I get my hands on, like, a crap ton of evasion stuff, I am going to attempt to push my evasion to 100%. And if we still can't avoid things, I call shenanigans. Here, we'll throw a break on.
Well,
Thank you so much for rescuing Katra. I really was worried when I heard he'd gone down to the mine all by himself. Hey, we got a card rank upgrade out of it. I think it worked out pretty well for us. I really wish you'd just turn back when things got ugly, though. Your drones can't do everything out there. You're all worried to death. What if you'd gotten hurt? You're right. I'm not sure what I was thinking. Sorry for worrying you. I felt like I had to act. It didn't feel right to sit back and do nothing. I know, that's really admirable of you. You're such a big help to everyone here. But don't risk yourself for other people like that, okay? We're here to help you when you need it, too.
Alrighty.
Most of the people who work here are on the older side, so I really like having someone my age as a friend. Anybody else in here? Nah, we just can get like a second floor view of the Gundam. Alright, let's go talk to the people that are now re-blipped as yellow.
Hey, Katra. Mind lending me a hand sometime today?
Oh, he's gonna be... They're just gonna be
Sure,
talking to
I'll
him
drop by again later.
as we walk through town. Everybody knows him.
Whoops.
Don't you want me to take you to the Institute? I have to turn my quest goal. Yeah, of course, lead the way. Are you showing those good people around the city, too? I thought I saw you with a different group of students earlier. That's right. These guys have some business at the Institute themselves. They lent me a hand when I ran into some trouble earlier, so I figured I'd thank them. I see. Well, that sounds good. You just look so busy lately, it's hard not to worry about you. I hear the whole Institute is busier than ever. Everyone's been gray under the eyes as of late. I appreciate your concern, but I'm fine, really. I know my limits, and I'm making sure not to overstep them. Well, if you're sure, just take care of yourself, alright? You wouldn't want to burn yourself out, especially at your age. Professor Hamilton would hate to hear that. Huh. Katra's really hot shit. Makes you wonder all the more why the CEO's acting like he is, and the Institute's rubbing me the wrong way too. They have their fingers in some less than savory pies.
Whoops.
Just wondering, like, where we can and can't go. So what's going on up here? That wasn't fair. You cheated. You didn't outdrive me at all. Hey, a win's a win. You're such a sore loser. You always win against me. I deserve to win too. Easy, easy. I'm sorry for butting in like that. Hey, next time we can give Amelia a little boost to balance it out, okay? That wouldn't be fair either. I just want to beat him fair and square, okay? Hey, don't take it out on him for helping. Why can't you just suck it up? This is just great. Huh. Expect to find one of Elaine's coworkers in an argument with some kids. He looks like he could use a hand, too. What is that? What is that, the patch on the arm? Rabby? Hey, fancy running into you here. What happened to the hot shit racer I bumped into earlier? Can't break up an argument between a couple kids? You. Goddess, of all the people, if you just want to laugh at me, you can do that later. I'm on official business, so get lost. No, not at all. I apologize for interrupting you. It's just that you looked like you were in need of help. So, what are you two arguing about? We heard a bit of the conversation, but could you fill us in? We race each other with RC cars a lot. But Milia's way too good a racer, so she usually wins. She really whooped me today, so I was down in the dumps. But then this really cool bracer came over and offered to help. Well, aren't you a model bracer, huh? Kids love you. I headed back to the guild after I ran into you guys, but then I came across these two after I started my rounds. Boy's car's a Leno land carrier, and just like the one we used at the guild. I can't deny it got me a little curious. One thing led to another, and I kinda lent him a hand. Huh, didn't know they made RC versions of those. I dig it. Even little tykes can wheel these around. Wait, hold on a second. Is that a Nightbreaker? Oh, now you mention it, yeah, it looks exactly like your car, just a different color. They make radio-controlled versions of those, too? Yep, they do. I'm a big fan of this model. Hey, you know what's up. When it comes to power, you can't beat an Ingert. Oh yeah, totally agree with you. What am I watching? A bunch of car enthusiasts having a bonding moment. So yeah, today was just different. I followed the advice that the bracer gave me and I won. I actually won. I beat her for the first time in forever. But Milia's being a real sore loser about it. I beat her fair and square. You didn't beat me fair and square. You had a coach. I've always beaten you all by myself. But now I'm supposed to accept a loss because you got an adult to help you? How's that fair? So I guess Van has to help Milia win now. Oh, come on. It sucks losing all the time. Just let me have this. You beat me by yourself first. If you're happy to cheat, then go and race in the Cheaters Club. You can win all you want there. Hey, you want to say that again? Look, I'm sorry. I realized in retrospect that I shouldn't have gotten involved. So, yeah, this is how it's been for the last minute or so. Hey, yeah, that's a bit of a conundrum, isn't it? I got an idea, actually. How do you feel about pairing up with me, young lady? Alva stakes the boy, and then we've got a perfectly fair 2-on-2 rematch. Oh, that sounds like a great idea. Yeah, that works for me. With an adult on my side, too, it'll actually be fair. Excellent idea, Mr. Arkwright. This should help them race each other more fairly. Okay, yeah, that's actually a good idea. Yeah, some broken clocks right twice a day. I see right through you, though. You just don't do things out of the kindness of your heart. You got an ulterior motive, don't you? No. My intentions are as crystal clear as that pickup's paint job. I just don't like seeing my favorite truck lose a rigged race. That's all there is to it, man. Justice. You know, that toes a fine line between genuine swagger and just idiocy. Yeah, he does that. Well, works for me. Guess if I sort of squint, I can see your point. So, how do you two feel about it? Does it sound good? Sign me up. I want to show him who's boss. It'll be me and him versus the two of you. Me too. Last time it wasn't just a fluke. Watch. Alright, we got ourselves a match. I won't lose this time. Prove it. That's a relief. The kids are calmed down now that we figured out a resolution to all this. But now I'm in debt to a Spriggan of all people. Don't let this go to your head, you hear? This doesn't even register on my balance sheet. Just don't hold back, you hear? I'm not going easy on you. This is about more than just you and me, or those two kids. It's Leno versus Ingert. And us Ingert fans, we don't take a loss lying down. He's sure way more into this than I am. But hey, you got a point. There is a chance to settle our differences for good and all, so you know what? Bring it. Wow, everyone's really pumped for this. Man can't help himself when it comes to cars, as we're all aware. would be nice if this helped him get along better with Alvis too. We should start by finding a suitable race course. What did you use for your match earlier? It was right here. Really, just really a straight and narrow sprint. I do think we should go somewhere else. We need a proper circuit for this. Yeah, something nice and open. I want that too, but I don't know where. There aren't many open spaces where you won't be getting in anyone's way. I might have an idea, actually. I know a venue that might be willing to host us. I'm not 100% sure, but it's worth asking. Follow me, everyone. I'll see if I can get permission. We accept. Get law bonuses. Sure, I'm in. Great. To Newtown, then. That's where this venue is.
You have my support, Mr. Arkwright.
RC Car Showdown. Ooh, neat. Alright, I think I gotcha. So you want a venue for your RC race? Yes, the pavilion has hosted RC races in the past, if memory serves. Would you be willing to lend us an event space for a race of our own? Now it's making sense. Oh, we could refuse a request from you, Katra. I'll talk to the administrator and see what I can do. Our schedule's pretty quiet right now, so they shouldn't have a problem with it. Let's make this the best race you've ever seen. Yay, thank goodness. Now I really can't wait. Huh, didn't think you had inroads with the pavilion. Nice job calling in those IOUs, Katra. They do come in handy. I should specify, though, this is more for me. The pavilion works closely with the Institute and the workshop, so we're well acquainted. Out of curiosity, what kinds of RC cars are you bringing? I'll be using my Leno Land Carrier. I've got an Ingert Nightbreaker pickup. Oh, wow. Leno and Ingert? Seriously? What, is that a problem? What's the alarm? You know those makes, right? I'm a Leno employee who has loved this company for 20 years. I'm an Ingert employee, and a fanatic in my own right. And Petra and I get a little spirited when we debate over the two. We'll have a drink and some snacks and just go to town. If this is a battle between Leno and Ingert, then we have to take this seriously. You bet. This is company pride we're talking. Oh yeah, this race is big with implications way beyond just RC stuff. It's two bitter rivals going at it, and for those youngins, that can make or break their brand allegiances. It's serious stuff. Gotta keep it clean for the kids. That sounds a bit extreme. I don't really think it's quite that important. Yeah, they've lost me. Oh, I have an idea. We have some aftermarket parts over in the storehouse. I'll let you have a sneak peek on me. Don't tell anybody, okay? Oh, would you mind giving us some time to work on the track? We want to make sure it's perfect as can be. Sure. By all means. Yeah, thanks a lot. This is real serious stuff. A few minutes later, I'll go over the rules one more time just to be safe. Team Dick and Team Milia will compete in a 2-on-2 relay format. After 2 laps, the first racer will hand the controls over to the second. They will compete for 2 more laps for 4 total. The finish line will be right here at the start, understood? So Dick and Milia will lead off their respective teams. Yeah, then Dan and Alvis will compete against each other in the second leg. I'm getting really excited. Who's gonna win? Racers, on your marks. Get set, go! Zoom, zoom. Man, they're really fired up. You said it. I'm glad they're having fun. Wait, why am I being all buddy-buddy with you? We're not allies anymore, we're enemies. Sure. But the race was off to a thrilling start. Milia climbed out to an early lead with her Nightbreaker. But after negotiating the turns, Dick's land carry began to catch up down the long straight. He had swapped out its stock motor for an aftermarket sports engine boasting much stronger acceleration. Oh, okay, that's kind of, That's kind of, debatably cheating if she didn't soup up her Ingert model as well, but... The track favored a straight line speed with a series of straightaways, allowing Dick to pull ahead of Milia after the first lap. Not to count Milia out, she closed the gap into corners with her skillful driving. She had cut the deficit, but she still lagged behind Dick's souped-up machine as their leg of the race came to a close. I'm leading, Alvis. I did it. You sure did. Leave the rest to me, buddy. Hang it. You win this round, Dick. Go get him, man. Got it. Give me some nice momentum to work with. With the third lap underway, Van and Alvis tested their mettle. I should have expected as much from a Leno employee's special customization. I really understand this thing's unique qualities. Same here. But neither side has a clear advantage. There is no ace in the hole. What the? Sorry to interrupt. Both of these cars are designed to go off-road, so what's the point in keeping them on the road? Paved roads are hardly their natural habitat, so we decided to spice up the track a bit. This puts every facet of your car to the test. Oh, that's rad. You guys know how to put on a race. Alvis just stunned. Man, I wish I could have raced on this. I wonder how I'd have done. Okay, built up a little lead here. Gotta protect that, no mistakes. How do I want to go about this? Cardboard's a big old roadblock, but I'm already behind. What's the play here? Literally every other time we have floored it has been the wrong move, so I guess we're just gonna slowly drive around it. Let's go flip here. Super low effort. You drive like my mom, you won't close the gap like that. Got the off-road bit coming up next. This is gonna be good. LCs chew these roads for breakfast. Yeah, I push my grip on this surface, but I can't afford to give up any ground either. Do I hold steady or do I punch it? Fuck it, we'll step on it. Pulls away here and I'm done. Ah, shoot. He's sweating there, springing on the ropes. I guess that was the wrong move then. That's big curve coming up. The inside line is less distance, but he's gonna want it too. Obviously aim for the apex. Gotta cut the corner. I'll take that inside line, thank you. Oh no you don't, that corner's mine. Oh, really? Every single wrong move. Good, got the bottom covered up in that case. Got one last ace up my sleeve. Middle of my twin turbo. What the? How do you even get that? Is that even allowed? Yo, this is sick. What if I can get one of these on my truck? Don't you whine to me about the rules. Anything goes, right? I've never seen a part like that. Wow, he's really proud of that. He was off chatting with Chamberlain about something earlier. I suppose that's what it was. You were sitting on that one for a while, huh? But how? I swapped the motor and everything. I win. He still wins at the end because we suck. Anyway, we saved before this quest, so we can just restart. All four of you really put a show on there. But in the end, only one team could be the winner. On with the results. Leno versus Ingrid, the winner of this white-hot relay RC race is... I'm surprised we failed every single 50-50 choice. Because, like, it's always, like, whenever we make the aggressive play, it's always wrong. So, I went aggressive on the first play. So I went conservative on the first play, and it was wrong. And then I went aggressive on the second play, it was wrong. And aggressive on the third play, it was wrong. And that's just like, wow, okay. Led team led by Captain Dick. We did it, we actually beat her. Thank you so much, Alvis, you're an amazing driver. Hey, it wasn't all me, buddy. You did pretty good yourself. Yeah, well, I gave her my best shot. Plenty of fun, though. Me too, I've never been that pumped for a race before, and I learned a lot from how you drive. But I want to race you again, Dick, one-on-one. What's that? You want to lose again? Well, sure. Well, that was quite the show. I wasn't expecting to end up so invested. Yeah, but I think we've hogged the pavilion long enough with that. Let's bounce. Yeah, I should get back to my rounds. Okay, let's head back to the artisanal district and race there. Yeah, good idea. Well, I'm glad they mended things. It's like that big fight from before never happened. That ballooned a bit, didn't it? But hey, also that ends well. Really owe you guys for that. That's our line. How can we say no to a race between two of the auto industry's biggest rivals? Orbital cars aren't just machines, they're the future. They're something that kids and adults both can appreciate. That race was exactly what the Motor Pavilion's all about, bringing the joys of motoring to all. Come back sometime, will ya? The Grand Prix may have ended, but Dick and Milia still hungered for racing. Van and company sailed them back to the artisanal district. And then make for the Institute.
Mission accomplished. Great job,
and after we reset that.
Reward deposited.
So we made one correct choice, which I'm guessing was the conservative choice. Law-abiding Spriggan. Reached law line at level 3 or above. Cool. Obtain Mare Law through Mare Advanced Synchronization. Neat. Well, anyway, let's load up that save and try again. Gonna fast forward through it at the fastest possible speed.
Commencing mission.
Alright, let's try that again. So I'm guessing the first choice was the only correct one that we made. Because we got 1 SP out of that. So I guess a conservative choice each time is the right one. Well, honestly, yes. Yeah, we drive slowly and we just keep up, right? Alright, so we stay on the course. Or stay the course. Gotta be patient here. Yeah, we're just keeping up. I just can't shake him. Yeah, inside this isn't what he's gonna want it too. So we ride the outside. All conservative choices. You want the inside line? Fine, take it. What? You trying to get a run on the outside? Too late for that. I got the finish line right there waiting for me. I got one last ace up my sleeve and turbo. And what? I guess maybe we have to floor it for the first one.
That's a wrap.
More deposited.
Yeah, we only got 1 SP, so obviously somewhere in there is a wrong choice. Also, how's it going, Shoujo Knight? You have to go through all this text every single time. Let's try boosting on that first one. I want to see what happens. Are we gonna flip if we don't do that? So we get 1 SP if we make a correct choice, and we get we're gonna get 2 if we win the race by making all the right choices.
Let's hurry up and
There's
finish
only
this.
8 possible variations, so yeah. The only issue is I don't know which one is technically correct. I guess, like, I'm pretty sure the only one is not that we didn't get is the first one. You just gotta charge the boxes, I guess. Yeah, so let's try flooring it this time. Let's see what happens. Full throttle, baby. Okay. That actually was the better one. Oh yeah, how's that? Not bad. So then we just do stay the course. So it's aggressive, passive, passive. So we should win this time. Something is fucking wrong. Maybe depending on the choices, it changes, like the cutting the inside corner one. We'll know if we
Well
get
done,
2
everyone.
if we got it.
Mira deposit confirmed.
Yeah, we only got 1. So I'm guessing we have to cut the inside corner on the last one. First choice was correct, though. Yeah, we were definitely closer. For sure. Try again.
Commencing mission.
That speeds up that first part. I don't want to skip all the scenes. I want to see what the dialogue is if we win. Yeah, so we'll try flooring it, going steady because rough road, and then taking the inside corner for the lead. We'll see what happens. Yeah, so let's try aim for the apex. Let's see what happens. Gotcha, bitch. Yep. So if you are actually caught up, then you actually cut the inside corner. There we go. We should actually win this time. You're mine. Got him. All four of you really put on a show there, but in the end, only one team can be the winner. Note the results. Leno versus Ingert, the winner of the White Hot Relay RC races. The Ingert team, led by Captain Milia. Oh wow, you really did it! They had us there, but you outdrove them in the second half. Way to go! It was nothing. It only took like 4 tries. Thanks for letting me tear up the course with your Nightbreaker. Hate to admit it, but you have me beat. Maybe I owe you some respect as a gearhead. Maybe. And you're a really good driver, Elvis. I want to learn how you race like that. But I'm not losing to you again, Milia. Best 2 out of 3. You're on. Well, that was quite the show. I wasn't going to get so invested. And I think we'd hog the pavilion long enough. Let's bounce. Now I should get back to my rounds. Okay, let's head back to the artisanal district and race there. Yeah, good idea. Alright. Yeah, all that was pretty much the same. We can finally make it to the Institute.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
And confirm our law level 3. So what exactly is the Mare Law?
Your orphan, are you?
Hollow Core. Okay. Lawkeeper. New version of Mare born from seeking with Van. Converts convictions into power when boosted. So let's see. So you lose the evasion, which has never really done anything at all. The damage increase is pretty much exactly the same. You get a big defense increase and regen HP, EP, and CP. Like, I mean, you get 13% HP and EP on this. Considering I feel like defense just doesn't matter on higher difficulties, we're probably better off just taking this one on the off chance evasion actually does have some kind of small effect. When we get the other things ranked up, we can see exactly what those do also. Ooh. Vitality droplets for Van. Anybody else around here we can talk to? A few more people.
Whoops.
Never mind, we can't go that way. Let's see, will they cut us off if we go this way? Nope, we can talk to this stranger. Stinson. Are you showing these folks around, Katra? That's right, they're conducting an investigation here. One of them is also a student here on an educational visitation. An investigation, you say? Wouldn't have anything to do with those Orman issues of late, would it? They weren't contracted by a Vern company or workshop, were they? Can't imagine Towson asking for outside help. I'm guessing it was either one of those or maybe a Vern shareholder acting alone. Our Cookie. Used to be an artisan, if I had to guess. Sounds like he's learned a lot about the inner workings from his years on the job. Alright. Aerotram, away. Where did those kids end up anyway? They said they were coming back to the artisanal district. Oh, there they are. They were literally right in front of us. You're a really great driver. You handled my anger like it was nothing. I wish I could drive like you. I'll just have to keep at it. Gotta keep practicing against stick. Can't let my driving skills get rusty. Thanks so much for the help earlier. Racing is just the best. I picked up a lot of good pointers, so I should level up as a racer soon. Next time I'm taking Milia down all on my own. Just you watch. Scan our C rank ticket and get to the Institute of Science. And then talk to everybody there. Oh hey, they're actually sitting this time. Instead of awkwardly standing in a single file line.
Whoa, we're so high up!
This is kinda nice.
It's the kind of thing you'd only find here. Professor Hamilton designed this, right?
Oh, I'm impressed you knew.
Is something wrong?
Not at all. It's just that while I've heard about everything here, seeing the whole world with your own eyes for the first time is without doubt an unparalleled experience. Hmm?
I know what you mean. I feel the same way after diving into the world of a good book for the first time.
The city is very pleasantly scenic. October 23rd, 4:02 p.m. Character models are much more mature than Cold Steel. I can agree. They changed the quality on some of their models, so they end up having a lot of them have a more older look to them. At least the guys do. Here we are, the Basel Institute of Science, the place where much of the Republic's most cutting-edge research gets done. It's situated in a beautiful location, too. The views of the canyon from here are just stunning. Yeah, the area is supposed to be popular with tourists for exactly that reason, even though they need a card right now. This isn't that bad of a spot to sightsee, I guess, but there's no real place to live it up in town. Oh, speaking of tourism, what's that rounded building over there? I've been wondering this whole time. That's the Astronomy Observatory. That's a place where you look at the stars, right? That's right. There's a very powerful telescope there that lets you see far more than you could with the naked eye. There are many who believe that astronomy is the discipline from which all others draw their roots, even if others disagree. It actually originated in the Central East, if you didn't know. Oh, really? Pretty sure they were big on stargazing that fallen empire to the east back in the day, too. This is turning out to be a very educational. Oh. So, where would you like to start? I'd be happy to show you around if you want. It's fine. I'm just gonna wander around for a while and see what we find. You can tell us where the main facilities and research labs are. That'd be plenty. Well, if you're sure, they're marked on the building's map already, but here you go. Well then, I've got work of my own to take care of, so I'll get going for now. If anything comes up, you're always welcome to contact me on my Zippo. Thanks. Well, guess it doesn't matter that I did not end up adding him to the sidebar yet. I was hoping we could stay with him longer. He knows so many cool things. I feel the same way, but it would be difficult. Yeah, he's just gonna get in the way when you start poking our noses around in dark places. Not we're gonna get any new 4 SPGs here, but here's hoping we can learn more about this abusive professor wherever they are. Let's get to work. Remember to act casual and not make it obvious what we're here for. Stud. I was gonna say I'll immediately travel back to the artisanal district and talk to the people we couldn't talk to before. But unfortunately, they have thought ahead and restricted our ability to go back. Tracer? Oh, it's Blanca. Hey Elvis, any luck with the job I gave you? Wait, you're still not done? What were you... taking care of some kids? I mean, sigh. Okay, I guess that's fair. Anyway, I've got another job for you. Yeah, I saw somebody suspicious out on the edge of uptown. Could you have a look around and see if you find anything? Thanks. Give Regina my regards, too. No need to go overboard. It might just be nothing, but better safe than sorry, of course. I'll head back to the guild in about 30. Okay, got it. You can fill me in once you get back. Yeah, this town's nice. It's got good visuals. Also nice how the whole city is basically modeled no matter where you are, so you can actually see all the buildings. I thought Athena might be here by now, but nope, no sign of her. She's a shy one. Dang it. is the thing. I was hoping it'd go smoothly since the higher-ups are all on board with it, but evidently not. I guess she's nervous, but really there's nothing for her to worry about. She just needs to relax. Though she did say she was working on some other project, too. Maybe she's just really busy. We have news on that, but we'll let her talk about it, I'm sure. The net is pretty widespread now, but international calls still have a lot of kinks to work out. It can make meetings a bit difficult. We're working with Vern to make a new comms protocol that maximizes bandwidth and makes those long-distance calls easier. I was hoping Athena would be here by now, but she might be busy with something else. Maybe I should send her a message just in case. Get a look at the map. It has 2 levels, if you don't count the observatory as being a 3rd level.
This campus is just as big as I expected.
Floors are shiny but not reflective.
Let's take a look around. Gotta check out all the spots that kid mentioned.
Welcome to the Basel Institute of Science. Are you here to speak with researchers or students here? We're a bit busier than usual, pardon us. We have a number of students visiting at the moment. But if there's anything I can help you with, please do let me know. The hallway behind me leads to the Special Research Building. That building is off limits, I'm afraid. The Institute conducts confidential research there. That's going to be important later. If you have any business with the staff inside, the guard there will be happy to help you. Maybe we'll spot the students. Look, students! Professor Cronkite's theses are these windows into the future. It's crazy just how smart he is. His foresight really helps him get ahead of the curve and develop new technologies before people even realize they need them. I doubt I'll ever be half the scholar he is, but I really want to learn what I can from all the same. Dad's factory is a relic of the past. It has nothing to do with me, and I have no reason to cling to it. Wish Dad wasn't so darn stubborn. All I'm saying is that he should be more forward-thinking. But nope, he's always trying to push the factory on me, trying to tie me down to his old business. Time mark is on. If he doesn't get with the times, they'll leave him behind.
Well...
Rank. Nothing we don't already have. Oh, hey, Ren. Hello, everyone. I didn't think I'd run into you all here. We just finished touring the Epstein Foundation and ZCF branches here, so we're now taking a brief tour of the Institute. There's really not much we can do, though, since we can't attend any of the lectures here. Being honest, it's rather boring. Boring for you, maybe. You sound like you already know about a lot of the stuff here. We're not as encyclopedic as you know. All this Epstein and ZCF stuff is brand new to me. She's just full of secrets, isn't she? But hey, we got to see and learn some really cool stuff because of it. Ben just said she might have something extra special for us after we're done here, too. Might is the key word, mind. Can't make any promises. What does she mean by that? It's me. I'm not too worried about her. Let her do her thing and us do ours. So, how's everything been going on your end, Agnes? If it gets to be too much, you can join back up with us, okay? Miss Perfect is Miss Popular too, huh? Thanks, Albert, but I'm fine right now, honestly. Well, alright. Glad to hear that. I just worry sometimes. There's some dangerous stuff out there, so don't go charging into all that, okay? We'll always be here for you. The Epstein Foundation was really something special. We got to hear lots of interesting stories at the ZCF branch, too. Ben said that her best friend works there, even. He has so many of those connections. It's really mysterious, but hey, I'm not complaining. He did promise me earlier, but I can't guarantee it'll happen just yet. You never know with how plans can change. Still, I can hardly think of a place in Basel I'm more interested in, so it's worth a shot. Now, where could she possibly be talking about, and what is going on with this student laying on the ground over here? Success! That was a super quick reaction there. Way quicker than I expected. Oh, we got blasted out of the room. Probably. That bodes well. It means it's even more flammable than I first thought. I've got a winner on my hands. Just gonna take a swig of my special juice to recharge, and I'll be right back in action. Morris produced a vial of something from his coat pocket and downed it with gusto. Whew! Oh yeah, I can feel my spell supercharging. Hey, what are you looking at me like that for? Controlled substance? No worries there. Can't be controlled. It's not for human consumption in the first place. I'm onto something with this, I swear. It's a perfect pick-me-up after my explosion tests. It was meant to be, I tell you. Dude's gonna die. What's Professor Aurelier's problem? I asked to study under her, and she dismissed me like, you're just an arsonist in a lab coat. What's so wrong about that? It's art. What's more beautiful than great balls of fire? That's what chemistry boils down to. It's a subtle art of making things go boom. Surely a fellow chemist would understand that. Dude is a wizard at heart. There's a person all the way over here. Researcher Lionel. It's such a shame the wonders of fungi go unrecognized. I've been trying to secure funding for my research, but to no avail. I swear my lab is the only one in the entire biochem building that gets so routinely snubbed. What gives? Professor Esmeré, Professor Aurelier, they're just swimming in grants. But the limitless potential of fungi goes untapped for another day. Woe is me. I just don't understand it. Time and time again, they go unnoticed. Not even Tane has anything nice to say about them. What is this, some bizarre prejudice? Anti-fungism? Is there really no one on this earth who appreciates them like I do? We gotta get Freddy over here.
Tasty.
Everybody's gotta eat, right?
That is one way to hold a taco. Hello there, and welcome to my kitchen. Everyone loves the food we serve here, or at least I thought they did, but we've had one poorly looking diner recently. He works in the special research building, and he's been eating a lot less lately. He looks terrible. He and his assistants always used to have these voracious appetites. What happened to them? Sugar is popular among the researchers here. Eggheads need their glucose. We try to give them a healthy dose without going too overboard. We've been getting a lot of tired-looking visitors lately too, so we're trying to make comfortable, easy-to-digest dishes for them.
What'll it be for
What you
today?
got? Party Doria. I can afford it.
Thanks a bunch. I'm stuffed.
Quest. What's going on? Oh, I remember seeing you at that Orbital Cafe in Edith. Oh, that's okay. I was wondering where she went. I remembered her. And I remembered she went missing. I live over here in Basel. I didn't expect to see you here too. My family lives over in the capital, so I'm out there a lot to visit both them and to do my civil engineering research. I'll be cooped up here for a while though. I've got a big paper to finish up. She's a student here, huh? We should try talking to her. Bring up
Let me
the
ask you
topic.
something.
A professor abusing their authority, you say? That's a bit of a stretch to me, not gonna lie. I can say for certain that Professor Cronkite and Professor Tane would never do that. Can't be them. Oh, what makes you sure of that? Well, so Professor Cronkite's a man of few words, so he can come across as kind of scary. But he means well, really. I mean, he's one of the greatest minds of our time. He lives and breathes science. And then Professor Tane is just really friendly to everybody. He's always looking out for people. He's known the world over for his work in civil engineering and urban planning. The Basel Institute of Science certainly earns its reputation. Its faculty are all accomplished scientists and engineers in their own right. Yep, lots of famous people come to study and lecture here. Professor Callahan's a real celebrity too. He's a real whiz when it comes to mechanical engineering. He's the brain behind the military's new weapons. Last I heard though, his new big proposal got shot down in favor of someone else's. He didn't really take that very well. But he's bounced back from what I can tell. He's really putting his all into his new project. I'm really humbled to get to work with so many hardworking and talented people. Hardworking and talented people can still be assholes. Are they good people, is what we're asking. Could you maybe have phrased that a little less aggressively? Well, thanks for taking the time to talk to us. You were a big help. So, like, we cut out, like, what, 2 professors, Twain and... I can't remember all their names. So that one's upstairs. Alright, we'll just talk to this guy first. Might as well. The store here leads to the special research building. They do a lot of top-secret research in there, so it's closed to the general public. Seems this building requires a higher security clearance than the rest of the city. Top secret, sounds like the perfect place to harass your coworkers and get away with it. Wouldn't jump to conclusions, but yeah, it's worth looking into. Let's ask around and see what the people around here know. About you. A deer. I work as an assistant in Professor Archet's lab over there. I've noticed some troubling things coming out of the other labs, though. This one woman, she looked absolutely drained every day. I wish there was something I could do to help her, but I really shouldn't go butting into other labs' business. I just hope she has someone she can talk to, be it a coworker, professor, or someone else. It's a bit fishy there. Might have to ask him about that. We are from Arkwright Solutions.
Let me ask you something.
Workplace harassment? Goodness. I've heard these bits and pieces, but I'm a bit nervous to talk about it. But you won't tell anyone, don't worry. Anything helps. I've heard loud shouting from one of the other labs, yes. It stunned me out of the work I was doing. I heard stuff like, "You idiots, can't you do anything right? And you're a disgrace to the Institute, get out." He's just lashing out at everything and everyone now. It's really disturbing. Which professor was the one doing that? I just can't say it. That if they find out it was me, I'd have hell to pay. It's really gnawing at me. The abuse is only getting worse and worse, from what I'm told. I heard the works: fatigue, depression, exhaustion, even a couple researchers fainting on the job. That whole department looks visibly shaken these days. Stress is just too much for them. I worry they'll all end up like Cindy. Cindy? What happened to her? He's had her breaking point, from what I hear. I hardly see her at the Institute anymore. We've all been trying to support her however we can, but it's rough. It really is. Damn. Yeah, that's not good. Who's the professor helping her, out of curiosity? That would be Professor Esmere. He's in the bioengineering department. She's known the world over for her cutting-edge research. A real upstanding woman. She's always up to her neck in her own work, though she probably doesn't know the extent of the abuse at the other labs. Yeah, thanks for filling us in. This helps us a lot. That one gave some useful information. We should talk to everybody before talking to the final dude. We gotta get upstairs. Go the long way.
The breeze here feels so nice.
Well, there's the road out of town. Here's a waterfall that'll take you someplace in Super Mario Sunshine. Oh, here's the stairs. One of my papers was published in a scientific journal Formula last month. It was about a hypothetical experiment where you gather big data from personal computers and use data science to crunch the numbers. I am honored that the scientific community received it so well. Even Professor Cronkite gave it a thumbs up. I still want to explore that concept some more, though. I really want to use one of the giant orbital calculators that they have in the labs here. I just can't, and that really grinds my gears. This dude's going to be the one to invent all of the the data profiling things that all the advertisers use in real life. I want to put my paper to practice on simulations, but consumer-grade computers just don't have the power for it. I tried making a super optimized program for the number crunching I need, but that still wasn't enough. I need something bigger. I really wish I could use the lab facilities here, but they don't open up to those freshmen. Open those up to freshmen. I have to wait for those. I'm just dying to get my hands on one of those huge orbital calculators already. Yeah, that'll most likely trigger the ending of the quest, so we have to talk to everybody first. Hey, found Aurelie. I worry for her, I really do, but I just don't have the time to check up on her. Next time I see her, I think I'll recommend these vitamins I like. I was on the advisory board for them, actually. I do worry about how she's the only woman on her team. I don't want her to feel afraid to speak her mind on things. Students. It's a cinephile and the other two. Oh man, the Epstein Peru is out of this world. I gotta see some vintage memory cores in there. How far we've come, huh? I didn't know that photos and videos were first developed for astronomy. Soon enough, it branched out into other things, and now it's orbital films as we know them today. It's just so cool to see how the medium took off. Glad to hear you're having fun. You bet. I know you're busy with work and all, but you should see the sights yourself on, yes?
So...
I heard the Institute has the largest astral observatory in all of Calvert. I really want to go and see that now. Would we even be allowed inside, though? No. Not unless you get on Katra's good side. Yo, Julian, did you get a look at that researcher who just walked by? She was a total knockout. She had that sciencey look to her with the glasses and messed up hair. Not just me dreaming, is it? You gotta be a match. Sorry, I have no idea what you're on about. Is she more beautiful than the Aerotram attendant you were fawning over half an hour ago? Dude, everybody here is a 10. Something about this town, I swear, it's awakening something in me. Lyle, maybe quit while you're ahead.
Alrighty.
That's hopeless. I always assumed the Institute was full of dudes, and I didn't know there'd be so many chicks here, too. Man, some of them are bombshells. Right, that settles it. I'll apply into this place. He would not make it. I've heard much about the Institute of Science, and I must say it does live up to its reputation. It's the highest seat of learning in Calvert, after all. You have many of the country's brightest minds all under one roof. You won't be able to see the entire thing in one trip, but I hope I can at least catch the highlights while we're here. Alright, like 2 more people to talk to. What the hell's happening here? Liz. Professor Callahan's kind of freaking me out nowadays. All the other professors say he's a really nice guy, though. They talked about how he used to help mentor younger researchers at the Institute. Are they really talking about the same guy, though? All I get from him are evil glares like he's fed up with me already. Yeesh.
Alrighty.
Seeing those wide-eyed Arma students visiting brings back memories. I came to visit when I was younger just like them. Crazy how young they look. Only 2 or 3 years older than them. I wonder if I looked that young when I visited too. The uniforms are really cute. Maybe that's what it is. Oh, wait, am I ogling them? Nope, bad thoughts, bad thoughts. Here's Tane. Network engineering is my forte, but I do a lot of work with the civil engineering guys too. Earthquake resistance, grid planning, that sort of thing. Professor Callahan in particular, he's been a big help to me. He's been awfully irritable lately, but he's a good person deep down. Maybe he just needs a drink or 2 to unwind. The orbital network is essential infrastructure now, and cities need to be designed around it. The network signal needs to reach every nook and cranny of the city, so that's lots of cables, lots of antennas, lots of planning. The computer science students here have been a big help with modernizing the grid. Ah, good old computer science. Knock knock. Librarian Venter. If you need anything from me, I'll just be reading here. We do have plenty of papers here, though I don't know enough about them to make any recommendations. Do handle them with care, though. They're very important papers. How have you not stored them digitally yet? Sounds like plenty of students and faculty come his way. That tracks. Maybe he's overheard a word or 2 about the allegations.
Can we talk?
Huh, a power-tripping professor, you say? Well, if it were anybody, I'd put my money on Cronkite. He's awfully quick to dismiss people, haughty in a word. Kind and helpful aren't exactly synonyms with him, at least from what I've seen and heard. I see. Have you heard anything about any of the other professors that might relate to these allegations? Let me think now. Well, I can't see Professor Aurelie doing anything like that. She's just a bundle of sunshine, not a mean bone in her body. Sometimes I even see her in here picking up research materials for his students. Then there's Professor Callahan. He always made a point of helping out his assistants. He's certainly not a bad person in my view, but he's got a bit of a bad rap after his work went south. Thank you for sharing your experience with us. We greatly appreciate it. Definitely sounds like Callahan's the problem, dude. Alright, I think we combed this area over pretty well now. Let's go sit down somewhere and try piecing things together. I recommend that open space at the front of the Institute grounds. I saw some benches there that we could use. Sounds like a plan to me. Guess we're gonna walk there. I have no idea how to traverse this whole place. I am absolutely hopeless. There are literally stairs in the center. It's that easy. I'm gonna drop a save down in case for whatever reason I did not make the right decision. Alright, we about ready to sit down and get cracking? Yes. Well, that was pretty good. We got our hands on some nice info there. We learned a lot of professors' names, too. There's Professor Callahan, the Engineering Science Authority, Professor Aurelier in the Chemistry Department, Professor Cronkite, a well-respected expert in physics and orbital engineering, and Professor Tane, an architectural researcher. Then one Professor Esmeré over in Bio. They all sound really capable, of course. The stat sheets don't tell the whole story. They all sound like oddballs in their own right. I think we pretty safely narrowed down the perp down to one of those 5. I agree. We have pretty strong evidence to suggest that. Alright, let's take our evidence from the top then. All the people we talked to, all the testimonies they had, all had this one thing in common. Ah, I see what you mean. I think they just, they couldn't name it, right? It's like, they were never threatened. They're scared, though, of being found out. They never downplayed it because they were honest, so it's gotta be the final one. A single one named the culprit. Those guys knew who it was, but it kept sounding like they were too scared to name him. Would've made our job a hell of a lot easier if they just named the guy, but no. Yeah, now that you mention it, it is kinda weird. I can understand not wanting to be labeled a snitch, but it felt like there was more to it than that. They were afraid of the culprit, but you could tell they respected him too. They didn't want to sully this professor's good name. Some people said the guy wasn't always like that. Something changed them. Probably the conflict over the proposal we heard about. Something about hard feelings. One guy said that they had to crunch after the proposal fell through. Telltale sign of abuse to me. That does seem likely, though we can't say for certain what changed the professor's behavior. That would be a reasonable explanation. That said, no circumstance justifies such an abuse of power and status. This professor is truly incorrigible. So, that's who you think the culprit is? Yeah. If you ask me, there's only one professor who fits the bill. I'm not sure if it was Callahan or Esmeré. I legit cannot remember. So I guess we'll find out and then reset if we get it wrong. I think it was Callahan was the one that was having issues. Professor Callahan's our guy. He's one of the foremost authorities on engineering science, perhaps the smartest man in the whole field. I see him in the papers plenty of times before. He's always described as a savant. Notably, he helped modernize the military's weapons and equipment. But he's got revenge on the mind, sounds like. Some other professor one-upped him, and that's got him pissed. Yet it sucks, but you'd think a world-renowned scientist would be less childish about it. You know a thing or two about acting like a child, wouldn't you? I don't know. Usually call me a grandpa. Which is it, bud? Is now the time? So, what do we do now? We have all the recordings of the people we talked to. Oh yeah, we were wired. I forgot about that. It all points to Professor Callahan being the suspect. What's our next move? Do we hunt down our client next and give him the tapes? I'm thinking we get Professor Callahan's opinion on it without accusing him directly. We nudge him in the right direction and he might just turn himself in. What do you mean? Simple. We tell him about these abuse rumors going around. We talk about all these exhausted students, and he connects the dots on his own. Failing that, well, we already know it's him. He's bound to figure out his reputation's on the line the more he hears about this. If he's smart, he'll fess up. So that's what we do. We give him a subtle little nudge, and he does all the work Elsane wanted for us. 2 birds with 1 stone right there. That sounds really scheming. Not so sure we're out the good guys all of a sudden. Are we the baddies? It is a quintessentially Spriggan-like way of solving our problem. I'm Emmy. Power Trooper's lab then. Actually, where is it? I don't remember seeing it while we were taking our tour. I suspect it's in the special research building. We need some form of clearance to enter, of course. We passed by a door with a guard in front earlier. They won't let any ordinary civilian inside. I suspect we would need an A-rank card at the very least. It was hard enough for us to get a C-rank card. I think getting an A-rank one is off the table. What should we do then? Maybe wait for him to leave the building and ambush him? Old Van's the man with the plan. All that matters is we get inside the building. Doesn't matter how we do it. And being a Spriggan, I got a few tricks up my sleeve. Man, you're kind of scaring me with that smile there. We defer to you. What's your strategy, Master Spriggan? So first, we just roll up to the building like nobody else would. Or anybody else would. Once we get there, we convince the guard to let us in. Just act naturally and we're golden. It's literally the trick of, if you have two people carrying a ladder, they will literally let you in anywhere. That old trick. Also, since we got it right the first time, might as well drop the save down. Excuse me, is this where we can find Professor Callahan? We're here to speak with him. Right, yes. May I see your card, sir? Of course. Dan handed over a certification card. D-rank. I'm sorry, but I can't let you in without the proper security clearance. If you don't mind me asking, what business do you have with them to begin with? Glad you asked. We're here on behalf of the Principality of Elsame. We figured there was an appointment for us, but we just now found out they didn't set anything up. Sorry for the inconvenience. We wanted to inquire about Professor Callahan's new research. It caught our investors' interest. His findings have seismic implications. Even the Zephyr Revolution would be small potatoes compared to this. So, we looked into meeting with them and collaborating on his research. Only to learn that Marduk was interested in the same thing. So now we've got ourselves a three-way partnership here. I am here on the Marduk Company's behalf. I'm a concierge in their employ. Which is not a lie. So, you're meeting with him to discuss a grant, is that right? I'm a bit surprised to hear both Elsame and Marduk are collaborating on this, but, well, stranger things have happened, I guess. I apologize for the inconvenience. That said, who are these children with you? Surely they're not employees. Pardon. I'm not a kid, I'm just short. They're associates of an Elsame VIP. Pardon them. They're here on Elsame's behalf as well, so they were looking to sit in on our meeting. This is a little awkward, though. We came all the way from Elsame just to get turned away at the door on a technicality. I'm not sure what to tell them when we get back home. I really am sorry. There's clearly been some kind of mix-up here. Your arrangement might have been lost in the shuffle with all the Aramis students visiting. You must have been issued the same rank card as them by mistake. I'll go clear this up with Professor Callahan. 1 minute, please. Of course, we'll be waiting. You sure you're okay with him calling your bluff? Of course. Who's he to turn down grant money? That ain't what we're really here for, but he just has to take the bait. Thank you for your patience. The professor would like to meet with you at once. Go right in. Thank you very much. Flawless. Can't believe you managed to deceive your way past someone again. Hey, nothing I said was a lie. Not my fault if someone else takes what I said the wrong way. Bet you tell yourself that every single time, huh? Yeah, you must be a real pro at this. I mean, it's not something to be proud of. As your sudden embarrassment suggests. I wish you would at least stop to think about the bad influence you might be having on Fairy.
So you're trying to blame all of this on me, are you?
What's happening?
Not at all. I'm in no way trying to suggest your latest research is the cause. If anything, the approach you're taking with your latest project rather fascinates me.
Does it now?
Oppressive man.
That being said, work on my own project has reached a critical juncture. I cannot afford any issues with net traffic at this time.
That certainly sounds like blame to me, Cronkite. You may be one of Professor Hamilton's students, but that doesn't give you the right to...
Sorry for the delay. Oh. Who the devil are you? This is a restricted area, you know. Not to worry, we have permission to be here. Could either you direct us to Professor David Callahan's office? Oh, so you're the ones I just heard about. We're finished here, Cronkite. Now, if you would all follow me. Yang, Professors Cronkite and Callahan. Oh, funny running into you guys here. Oh, it's, Patra and, Ren who was talking, probably. Whoops. You could say the same thing. Mr. Arkwright, do you have business here? Patra? What are you doing here, Silesian? And who are these people with you? There are students here on an educational visitation from the capital. I have been assisting them during their stay. Professor Cronkite was gracious enough to extend us an invitation to visit him when we happened to see each other in town. So we asked Mr. Silesian if he could lead the way. I do not believe I invited anyone but you, nor did I imply we should meet quite this soon. But I suppose chasing you away here would be more work than just humoring you. Very well, follow me. Really? It would be nothing short of incredible to see your work up close, Professor Cronkite. Well, we'll get out of your hair now. We apologize for the interruption. I can see that you're very busy, but it would be a pleasure to speak more on another occasion, Professor Callahan. Oh, I suppose that can be arranged. They did not decide to change his name from Oppressive Man. It must be nice to have enough free time to spend on such frivolous nonsense, such as educational visitations. Well, come with me. I want to make this brief. Of course, Professor.
Wait.
Patra. Don't blow this for us.
I'd like to listen in on this conversation too, if you don't mind. As their guide, I suspect it has everything to do with me.
Well, not really, but...
Take a 10-minute break. Do not return late.
I like Aaron with, like, the mischievous kitty smirk. Servers. Professor David Callahan.
As you know, my name is David Callahan. I believe you're here to talk about Elsyme and Marduk investing in my research.
About that.
That makes for a very interesting combination, if you don't mind me saying. What exactly led to this?
Is that what you were told? Seems to have been a misunderstanding then. We are currently working for Elsyme, and we do have a Marduk employee with us, but that's all. What? We're currently in the middle of an investigation, you see, and the lead happened to bring us here. Wanted to follow up on a rumor that some extreme abuse of power has been taking place in the laboratory here. That's the face of a guy who's got something to tell. Who asked you to investigate this? Couldn't tell you. Didn't leave the name, but they did tell us about tell us all about what's been happening. Have you heard about all the ridiculous workloads and insane hours they and their colleagues have been forced to endure? About how they're never allowed any rest, hopefully underpaid, and how they receive vicious, constant verbal abuse from their superior. Even to the point that someone collapsed from overwork and has been driven to the brink of suicide. That's just... We have all the testimony and evidence we need to act if that's what it comes to. We thought it better to come and hear your thoughts first. Excuse me? It's not too late to turn things around. So many people we spoke to were quick to say that you weren't always like this. They mentioned how they almost had trouble believing just what you'd become. We could see how afraid people are of you now, and how they dislike what you've become. But at the same time, we could see how deeply they respect you too. Not heroes of justice like the cops of the guild. Just about finding some common ground and putting things to right. As long as you're willing to work with us, we can... That is enough. He is not happy. Don't talk to me about respect and then immediately resort to blackmail. cannot believe one of my assistants would try to set me up like this. Unbelievable. I give them a golden chance to help me obtain glory beyond their imagination, and this is how they choose to repay me. Is the freaking Genesis acting up now all of a sudden? Why did you say that? You know, we've got evidence of what you're doing, right? You sure you want to pick this fight? Do what you will with your evidence. All you have to do is cover it up. No one's going to believe some lowly assistants over an esteemed professor. Professor, I am two mere steps away from completing my research, and they pick now to sabotage my efforts? Very well. Then damn the human cost. I'll start working them to the bone to make up for their—
Just listen to yourself, Professor! What has gotten into you? You used to be so kind and supportive. Professor Hamilton held you in such high regard. Even though I was one of her students, you would still take the time to look after me. I just can't understand why all you do lately is spit in the face of her achievements.
Petra, I suspected as much.
Sorry, that's a private matter between us. But please, at least stop and think about how you're treating the people who work under you. They took their positions because they dreamed of being like you. Don't belittle them or their work.
Salesian. Don't tell me what I can and can't do, you third-rate apprentice!
This is all being recorded. Petra, what do you think you're doing? Listen, asshole.
You're talking to the famous David Callahan, the preeminent scholar of engineering science and military technology, who has long upheld the very foundation of this nation's national defense. I've had enough of youngsters like Cronkite and Esmeralda acting like they're above me after all I've achieved. My latest research will propel Calvert to even greater heights, change the power balance of the entire continent. Why can no one understand just how much of a privilege it is to help with that?
Professor.
Well, free to have whatever lofty goals you want. But I think we've had our 10 minutes, don't you? Oh. We came here to explain the situation and offer a solution we thought would benefit everyone. You're welcome to try and cover up all the evidence and testimonies we've gathered, but I promise you, it ain't gonna be easy. If you're as close to this revolution as you claim to be, then I'd give it another thinking through if I were you. I am done wasting my time with you. I will be raising the issue of your illegal trespassing and appalling brazenness with Mr. Townsend. I admit that I may have been a little too harsh, but as long as you intend to cling to Professor Hamilton instead of aiming for something more, I have no interest in you. Unless you now see the benefits of developing your talents under me after all. I would wager that would be far better use of their time than waiting like a little girl for an old woman who's long gone. Excuse me. Petra, pardon us. I wonder if we are actually going to see the professor in this game.
Like a little girl.
The third of Epstein's disciples.
There you are.
So this is what it looks like inside, huh?
It's so cool seeing the observatory. Is that the telescope?
That's right. Professor Hamilton had it specially made.
Oh, there goes the voice acting. Sorry you had to witness that earlier, but I'm impressed you knew where to find me. Just had a feeling. Happy to forget what we saw as long as you forget about forcing our way into the research. As long as you forget about us forcing our way into the research building. And behave. You can go ahead and have a seat over there. I'll go make us some tea. long as he got the sugar for Van. So there aren't actually any astronomy professors here? Not at the moment. I'm the only one who comes here every day right now. There was a time when quite a few researchers and students who all adored Professor Hamilton would come. Even Professor Callahan would from time to time. Oh. He never used to be like he is now. He's always seen Professor Hamilton as a rival, sure. But it used to be the friendly kind of rivalry that was beneficial to both sides. He taught me so much, too. He really must have changed then. Yeah, from that, the uptight, abusive asshole we saw earlier some kind of fall. That was a weird sentence for me to read. Professor Hamilton left the Republic 2 years ago, if I recall. And you're one of her students? That's right. I owe... The pad under my glasses is itchy. There we go. That's right. I owe more to her than I can ever hope to repay. I've been looking after the observatory in her house since she left the country. Though I think it's debatable whether I'm doing a good job of it. The CEO of Vern, Mr. Towson, is also one of the directors on the Institute's board. And he told me that he's considering shutting this place down because so few people are using it. Oh no. That's why you've been doing all kinds of miscellaneous tasks to score points with them? It's awful. I really am sorry about earlier, though. I ended up interfering in your investigation by jumping in, didn't I? If I hadn't said anything. Actually, your intervening actually gave us some very good audio. Don't sweat it. We ended up getting some useful info out of that whole outburst. I guess as you've noticed this by now, too. But his piss-poor attitude isn't the only bad thing going on with him. Do you really think so? I have the same feeling. It would explain why someone so respected has stooped to such irrational behavior. Feels like the question is, what is he trying to do that he's willing to go so far off the deep end for it? The computer hardware in his laboratory was state-of-the-art. I suspect he's using it to perform vast calculations, the kind that would be equally difficult to properly manage. I agree. I'd never seen a simulation of this extent before, and it seemed even that wasn't getting the results he wanted. It couldn't be. Oh, but that would... I see now. I don't entirely understand, but I'm sure we'll find out. Well, we better keep an eye on that guy for a while. We ain't in Basel for that long, but we're gonna be here for the next couple days at least. Feels like we can afford to scratch each other's backs a bit, yeah? Whether that CEO wants us to or not. Alright, I do have my doubts about you, but I believe that Agnes is worthy of my trust. So if anything comes up, I'll be sure to let you know. I'll keep what the professor left behind safe, if nothing else. Aye. Nothing comes from being honest with yourself, you know. Nothing comes from not being honest with yourself, you know. Well, we'll be counting on you, Katra. Sure seems like he's being honest with himself to me. Not trusting you is the right call. Oh, you are very much in the same boat with how boorish you are. Excuse me, you trying to pick a fight, kiddo? That's only proving my point, you know. Wants to look at the telescope. Are you interested in the telescope? I was wondering what it's like, that's all. It's only just past 5 o'clock, so we won't be getting a great view of the stars quite yet. But come with me. You might still be able to get a good view of the great Shidar Triangle? Really? Yay! Is that some kind of consolation? Aww. Of course the two kids of the group would hit it off. You're also still a damn kid from my perspective. By the way, Agnes, was it just me, or did you seem surprised by someone that professor was shouting up a storm? It wasn't just you. I cannot believe one of my assistants would try to set me up like this. It's unbelievable. You're in this golden chance to help me to take glory beyond their imagination. They decided to repay me. Yep, it was glowing. So picked then of all times to shine. It's not doing it now, though. You think it could just be a coincidence? Gotta wonder. Not like it'd be the first time it's shown in it on time, like when we first ran into Grimcat.
Whoa! What's this room for?
Oh, hello.
Odette? What brings you all here?
Found you! We've been looking for all of you.
We couldn't find you anywhere in the main building, so we wondered if you might be here.
Sorry for putting you guys out.
Well, not all of us are here for you.
So this is their giant telescope. I've seen one in the Imperial Museum too, but it's so cool.
Oh! Can we take a look through it?
It's nice seeing this place this lively again. It's been so long.
Sounds like Catra needs some friends. Well, it's a good thing it seems like he's going to be joining the party eventually. October 23rd, 6:10 p.m. Are we getting an evening stroll as well? Beat it up. Well, we'll be going back to our hotel now. Good thing. Try not to stay up too late. Just because no one's keeping... Try not to stay up too late just because no one's keeping an eye on you. That telescope was amazing though, wasn't it? Wish we could have had another look through it before we left. How about you come and walk around with us some on the last day, Fairy? We'd love to have you. Really? Your work sounds amazing, so I'd like that a lot. I'll just leave playtime for the kids then. I'm more in the market for a place catered to adults. Hell, you want to join in on the fun, Four Eyes? I would never want to go to such a place. It sounds like it'd be kind of fun in its own way. It was nice to finally meet the famous Rosette, too. Maybe we could talk some more... Maybe we could talk some more another... Oh, she's still deep in thought. Oh, yes, I would like that very much indeed. Yay, then it's happening. You notice? Yeah, managed to learn anything on your end? I'm afraid not. Heard something interesting from that genius professor, but that's about it. I'm not gonna have much free time here, however, so I'm gonna have to leave it to that nose of yours this time. Dumping all the work on me, huh? Great. Ah, here's the tram. Then we bid you all farewell. I should be able to meet with you tomorrow morning at around 8 o'clock. I know it's a little early for good nights, but I hope you all have one regardless. Same to you. See you tomorrow. Keep tight. Nod. So, what's eating away at you, phony maid?
Huh?
Is something up? And hide a thing from him.
I should have realized I wouldn't be able to keep my concerns a secret. To tell you the truth, I'm getting a peculiar sense of deja vu from what's happening here in Basel.
A reputable company doing shady behind the scenes? Or A? Main job is being a concierge, but you also handle crisis management all over the country, right? So, which does this horrible net and distribution network issue make of more? The Burl 6 years ago? Or Crossbell 4 years ago?
You're proving perceptive and knowledgeable beyond belief.
I'm sure I've heard both of those things before, but... Yeah, I think Xiao's mentioned them at some point too. You know, remember like, I think it was last stream when I mentioned why they did not have mass-produced the Gospel, the Black Ornament, which disabled horrible technology when I was talking about, like, the cars and stuff? Weird how that comes up again. Anyway. Former one was all the orb power shut off by the appearance of an ancient floating city. The latter was when the orbital network was used to perform a man-made miracle. Never witnessed them firsthand, so there's a lot of gaps in what I know. But both were caused by things you wouldn't think could exist. Man, I think you'd made up both events if I didn't know better. I know what happened a year and a half ago on Crossbell, and that's just as batshit crazy on paper. Oh, and the whole continent was hacked or whatever the word is?
I'm afraid I can't answer most of your questions because they would contain classified information. However, I believe this may end with a crisis different from the ones that Mr. Arkwright mentioned.
Huh? Well, Miss Perfect's Genesis started glowing again. There's bound to be something. No way this ends without giving us a headache. Yeah, we need to be ready for trouble. Gotta head out somewhere now, right? I'll come with you if you want.
Again, you are perceptive beyond belief.
Might have only met in person recently, but I've known you for a real long time now. Whenever you stumble on a major problem, Ruin, you gotta report it to HQ, right?
Correct. What is happening here certainly falls under Code E of our regulations. But I see no harm in having someone with me during my report. We could also patrol the area at the same time. Does that sound all right?
More than all right. Let's get going. We do get a nighttime patrol. Wait! Not just you two here, you know. Don't even think about leaving us out. I don't mind taking one of you, but the other's gonna have to stay behind. And we'll need to be available if Anya's or that boy we met decide to call. Right, that makes sense. Fine, then come on, who you taking? We usually take Aaron, so let's take Fairy this time. So, where do you have to go to give your report? Your company's headquarters isn't even in Calvert, is it? There's a bit of a process involved for security reasons. For starters, we need to leave the city toward the canyon. This needn't take priority over any other work you would like to do, however. I see now. Got it. We'll head over once we walked around a little then. Okie dokie. Gotta head for the canyon eventually. That is a very close quest marker. Ah, it's for the, it's because it's for the truck. Let's see, how close are we to the next rank?
Those are impressive
187,
results.
we need 13. Nope, 196. Okay. We need 4 more. Literally 1 more quest is all it will take. What's up? Ah, he's reading the pinup mags. Well, I guess I could stay home and I guess staying home and taking the job off isn't so bad. I simply do what I want without a certain killjoy breathing down my neck. Might be nice to crack open a cold one downstairs. Need me for anything? Just give me a call. Fair enough. So we got a little bit of a party down here. It's a tough job, I really do. But damn it, what am I supposed to tell my bosses? It's their deadlines and production quotas we're working with. Oh, I've seen you around once or twice. You're that project owner, right? It's those guys. You've got it rough too, huh? You know, I'm thinking maybe we could vent a bit tonight. Maybe it'll be easier for you to talk about your stuff outside your usual crowd. Guys are... Yeah, look, I hate how I'm always forcing you to do this and stick to that. I hate telling you how to do your job. I don't want to make you bend over backward any more than you want to hear it. I can't say no to the higher-ups, you know that. What they say goes. No, we hear ya. It's not like we have free reign over our work either. I remember getting earfuls from my supervisor all the time when I started out, always telling me to do this differently or do that better. We've all been there, bud. We don't hold against you. You're just trying to put food on the table like everybody else. Bureaucracy is just part of the business. The bigger you try to be, the more it'll drag you down. Sniffle, you really mean it? I had you guys wrong this whole time. Sorry, man. Mind having a few more rounds with me? Good thing, buddy. Nothing calms me down like a glass of the cold stuff. That was a very long NPC dialogue. All this time I thought the artisans had a one-track mind, just stubborn old mules going on and on about their craft. But my bosses are the same thinking about it. Solve profit margins and productivity quotas with them. Hello there. As you can see, this place is popular with artisans once they're off the clock. They all come in looking exhausted. I wonder they need pick-me-ups for tomorrow. The previous owner would always take care of them really well. He always knew what they needed. I hope I'm doing the same for them.
Don't take too long to just come back soon.
Do we need to use the kitchen? No, we have everything cooked.
Indeed.
Also...
Banner launched!
Our fast travel... So we can't go to every single location, actually. Interesting. And the artisanal district does have an optional quest. Somewhere. This cafeteria is a bit on the noisy side, but then so is Basel. It's a city, no? Maybe it's not so bad. They can't complain when the beer tastes good. It really does taste better when you're just drinking for yourself instead of having to schmooze with clients. And since my company's paying the tab, I can drink as much as I want. Guilt-free drinks are the best drinks. She knows how to live it up.
Do you know what you want?
The whole city's been having these weird network issues lately. Our online ordering system is bugging out, too. I was in a panic the first time it happened. I thought I'd messed up a line of code or something, and if I did, my sister would have my head. Thankfully it wasn't me, but it's still a problem. I'll have to see if I can reduce the server load at all. Maybe that'd help. Well, I guess considering what they're mentioning, that dude's servers are probably sucking like all the OrbitalNet juice or something. It's interfering with all the other networks around the city. We've been having some power issues lately, so my boss told me to look into it. I thought it might be a problem with the wiring here at the shop, but nope, everything looks fine on our end. It's really stumping me. What's going on? Is it actually flashing? No. Professor Hamilton is an inspiration to us all, but it's kind of strange. He doesn't feel distant or unapproachable at all. She's kind and cheerful despite her stature. Even the more crotchety artisans can't help but respect her. I just worry about her sometimes. She's very determined, very headstrong, and that does sometimes put her at odds with others. Young Catra looks up to her an awful lot. He may very well grow up to be just like her.
Well...
Purple glow. What do we got?
What have we got?
Thanks, Fairy. QA testing. Again. I finished the latest version of my AR mystery game, and I'd love for you all to test it out. If you solve all the puzzles and give me your thoughts on the experience, I'd be happy to reward you. I'll be waiting at the tunnel in the Artisanal District. Percy. I vaguely remember that side quest. It has been a while. These grid issues are getting even worse. It's really starting to bug me. I took a look around the city just to make sure it wasn't some kind of wiring issue. Sure enough, it isn't. No fraying, no deformation, no nothing. Whatever the problem is, it's not something new parts would fix. Razor Guild. What's up? Oh, I was just wondering about you, Anne. I take it you got called out here to investigate all these events yourself. Those suspicious sightings did garner a lot of attention. Pretty much, yeah. Sound like you're well up on the issue yourself. Indeed, that's partly why I called Alvis and Regina here. It could all just be a big load of nothing, so we can't set aside too many men for it, but better safe than sorry. I did want to ask for your opinion on all this, given you've had your fair share of run-ins with Almada yourself. Tell me about it. My take is it's too early to tell. Not enough to go on here. I get that. Thanks for your input. If anything does happen, please let us know. I told the others to cut you some slack at any rate. I don't exactly have the intuition for this yet, but even I can tell something isn't right here. With everything that's happened these last few months, we can't just write off leads and oddities anymore. I'm gonna have to loop back with Blanca and get her perspective on things. They're chilling on the second floor. What's up? Basel's deceptively big is the thing. I'd like to set a quota of 10 cases a day just to maintain a steady pace. Man, you're really on top of things. Come to think of it, you used to be in the fire department, didn't you? I did. I learned some valuable skills on the job. They still come in handy today. It's a tough job. Bowser's full of factories and other heavy industry. Fire hazards are abundant. Every second counts with those places. A moment's hesitation could mean the difference between saving a life and losing one. That's how I learned to be swift and decisive on the job. Sometimes you don't have the luxury of second guessing. I see. I'll bear that in mind.
Indeed.
Why do I feel like there's going to be a fire at the Institute that's just unrelated to the whole incident? It's going to be that one psychopath pyromaniac. Because Blanca also being a firefighter is setting up, or if Blanca being a former firefighter is setting off alarms. Did Elvis head off on patrol? It could also be nothing. Just a random minor detail. Yeah, he went out earlier. Once he's done, I'll start my rounds. It's a shame he couldn't have let you do your rounds first so he could hit the hay earlier. Don't consider it. He'd have scored brownie points with you if he said ladies first. I guess? Whoops. Blanca's just so skilled as a bracer, and she's a wonderful person too. Hope to be like her one day. I got a long way to go before I compare to her. So Katra is not chilling in Hamilton's house right now for some reason, for whatever reason. Is he still at the Institute? I'm almost done with today's deliveries. Looks like I'll be putting in overtime though. A lot of late dinner orders today. Once I'm done with work, I can finally get my own dinner, and then it's off to bed to get ready for tomorrow. Lather, rinse, repeat, eh? Granny always cooks for me at the end of the day. Really appreciate it. She's such a good person, man.
Indeed.
Oh, not this way.
Why not stay here?
Hello. Oh, I found Willy. I love taking in the breeze here at night. Calms me down. I don't make a point of coming out here regularly, though. I just make the trip whenever my heart wants to. There's this professor at the Institute who comes by here, and I swear, he's always a step ahead of me. I sort of wander around a lot without really thinking about where I'm going, so how does he always know where I end up? Oops.
Do you have any preferences? Thanks for coming in.
These dogs. I was an artisan here until about 10 years ago, and in that time I saw the whole world evolve around me. From big machines to tiny little ornaments, life has changed a ton. For the better, I'd say. We live a lot easier than we used to. But we fight harder too. Warships, railway guns, those Panzer soldats. I worry that one of these days we'll make something truly terrible, something that'll doom us all.
Well?
You see, about that... Well, thankfully that they've been, at least when it happened, they have been stopped. I see. So astronomy originated in the Central East. That it did. To our understanding, astronomy came westward in the Middle Ages as trade and cultural exchange began to blossom. The University of Elstein can trace itself back to that age too, and that cultural exchange gave rise to the natural sciences as well. I see. I've never had much interest in hard sciences, but that's interesting to hear. It feels relatable, I guess, to hear that they were human inventions too. That's good to hear. If you're curious about anything else, I would be happy to help. Sister Paula seemed very nervous when she first arrived, but I can see that she's settling into her role well. I plan to help teach her some more, and if and when I get the chance. I've never held much interest in the sciences, but they do seem more relatable to me now. Maybe it won't feel so foreign anymore when the congregation talks about them. There we go. Hello, guy sitting in this one random corner. Jason. I'm finally done for the day. Gonna grab a bite to eat and then veg out for the evening. The machinery I see these days is absolutely nuts. How do they manage it all? Transmitters, processors, storage devices, you name it, I've seen it, they've got it. I can feel myself getting older just looking at them. The world's moving too fast for me, I swear. You just have to roll with it and stop caring as much.
I don't think I've seen you before.
That's how I put up with it. Saw one person, like, up here on the 2nd floor somewhere. 3rd floor? 3rd floor. Hello there. Basel is home to many a skilled artisan, and that draws demand from all around the globe. But in some ways, we actually have too many. It can make picking the right one difficult, especially for the uninitiated client. That's where I come in. I act as a consultant to help clients pick the workshop that's right for them. It's funny, really. I used to be an engineer, but I hardly do any engineering myself anymore. The classic, I got a degree in some field, and then I work a job in a completely unrelated field. Classic development. Long day. I have my son on my mind. I want to talk to him when I get home, but what do I even say? He's studying over at the Institute of Science these days, but we couldn't disagree more on engineering. He's big on innovating, finding the new big thing, but me? I'm more a traditional guy. I take pride in the family art I've inherited. I'm not trying to pressure him into taking over the shop, but I think he's hearing me that way. It's a puzzle, I tell ya. I'm really glad I was able to help out Dad today. I want to start pulling my own weight. I used to just do grocery runs when people would need it, but now they're busier than ever. They really appreciate it now. They really look busy today, too. Oh, maybe I should try making them lunch someday. I think they'd like that. I thought you'd have called it for the day. Hard work as you lot are, huh? Just between you and me, keep an eye on Cratra, will ya? He shouldn't have to take on all that responsibility at his age, if you ask me. Like he never got to be a kid. Seeing him all stressed out and overworked just makes me sad. It's an old geezer with none of that youth left. Makes me sad as an old geezer with none of that youth left. What's Catras crunching for? He shouldn't have to stay so late at the Institute. I get it's important to him. He wants to follow in the professor's footsteps. With all his research there, just sigh. I hate making the kids wait, but this deadline is non-negotiable. Speaking of kids, I hear Millia was up to something earlier today. Most of the time, she's a model daughter. She helps me with the shopping, the cooking, and the cleaning. But every now and then I hear just the strangest things about what she's up to. Can't deny it worries me sometimes.
Alrighty.
Like, what's so worrying? She had a awesome RC race.
No need to be shy now. See you again.
And she won. Careful up there, Riel. I really want to see the machines from up there too, but everyone says it's too dangerous, so I gotta wait. When I'm older, I'm gonna work here like Riel does. And then I can see all the cool stuff I want. An aspiring engineer. Beautiful. Ooh, I think we're almost done for the day. I hate making Nat wait like this. Really, I'm glad I started working here, though. I remember being scared half to death over how I'd handled the pressure. It's been really tough work, for sure. But it's so rewarding, and I can feel myself getting better day by day. Plus, I made friends with Catra and so many others.
Very well.
Is that everybody in the district? I think it might be. Be good. What's going on in the tunnel? This way leads down to a mine, does it? That would make an excellent backdrop for a game. But, it's probably too dangerous down there. Oh yeah, okay. It took me a second. This is the guy that basically had all the people role-playing for that one, princess kidnapping mystery thing, right? Hey there, Upgrade Solutions. You had a request for us. Well, I didn't expect you to help me out again. Thank you. Figured we'd at least hear you out. What's got you all the way out in Basel anyhow? Especially all the way out here in the dark. You ain't up to something shady, are you? Oh, I'm just scouting locations for my new game. It has a mystery theme, so it only makes sense for it to be dark and secretive. let's get down to business then, if that's alright with you. I work with a really bright friend of mine on this concept, so if I can iron out the kinks, I'm sure it'll be a hit. You'll solve a series of puzzles, all while using these special gimmicks that fit Basil hand in glove. Well, what kind of gimmicks? Well, it would spoil the fun if I just told you. Here, have this leaflet. See here. Urgent message from HQ. Catch the rogue hacker on the loose in Basil. HQ will track the target's movements and relay them to you ASAP. All transmissions will be sent in code to avoid leaking information. Decode the messages and apprehend the hacker. Good agents, huh? Alright, I'll bite. And decoding our messages forms the puzzle aspect of the game. Exactly. Sounds fun, right? I think we really knocked it out of the park with this one. So, what do you think? Interested in giving it a shot? Aw, it's Law again? We don't need Law, we need Gray or Chaos. Both of those are very close to hitting rank 3. Sure, got other work taken care of, why not? Awesome, I was hoping you'd be up for it. Let me put your names down under the tester group real quick. There's another tester working through the game right now, so see if you can solve the puzzle before they do. I see, I didn't realize we weren't the only testers at the moment. Yeah, I'm sending applications all over the place. My other tester just started just a few minutes ago. I got a special reward for whoever beats the game first, so good luck. Well, we gotta save the game and make sure we win first. Well, now we gotta win. Well, good luck. I'll be watching from the sidelines to make sure everything's running smoothly. And there he goes. So now what? We don't even have our first message yet. This is true. He did say that HQ would send us messages, but, how? Can you solve a mystery? HQ to Spriggan. We found traces of the hacker in the artisanal district. Investigate the sooted triad. Whoa, I don't recognize this address at all. I think it really is him. This first riddle should be easy to solve. I imagine it's like a warm-up. Makes sense. Let's get cracking then. It's like all the way back there. Is that on the lower level? Yes it is, so we'll just sprint right there. Making our way. I see. Well, if there ever were a sooted triad, this be it. Not the easiest first riddle in the world. There are chimneys everywhere around here. Indeed, it does make sense for a district this industrious, and it looks like we're not the first to make it this far either. Walked around this damn place for ages and it was right here this whole time. He got his next clue first. Maybe he's the other tester we heard about. There's the next set of instructions. It's almost like he's watching us. Normally I would assume the same, but I imagine at least one of us would have noticed them if they were tracking us by hand. I think we're receiving these messages automatically based on our Zippo location data. I didn't know you could do that. Or is this something his helper worked on, maybe? That makes sense. Got a lot to think about once this is done, but that can wait. Let's look at this next message real quick. HQ to Spriggan. The hacker is long gone from this area, unfortunately. We picked up another trail elsewhere in the artisanal district, though. Investigate the Bat's Roost. B-A-T. Yeah, go fig. There's more to it than that. Talk about cryptid. The hell's a bat, anyway? But the hell's a bat, all caps? Ordinarily, I'd assume the mammal. But given how it's written, I imagine it's alluding to something else. And at any rate, we didn't encounter any bats in the mine, if memory serves. I feel like I've seen these letters somewhere else in the city. I just don't remember where. The roost part makes me think there's someplace they all come back to. It's the end. Right? Or that they're normally out and about. Keep your eyes peeled for anything that fits that description. This one sounds more specific. It's not the end. The Basil Institute tram, maybe? There's Basil Aero Tram. I see. Well, this is the Aero Tram station. I think we struck gold here. Ah, right. That does make sense. BAT is an acronym for Basil Aero Tram. Oh, now I get it. They all stopped to roost here. And boom, there's the next message. Catch us for Jeff. HQ to Spriggan, the hackers made their way toward Newtown. Board the tram and pursue them. Straightforward enough, this one. Yeah, let's hop on. And we don't have anybody to talk to here, so... speed it along. This does offer an exceptional view, especially at night. Oh, I see familiar face of the tram just before we did. Let's see here. Well, if it ain't the Aramis kid we bumped into earlier. He's been one step ahead of us the whole time. I feel like I'm too slow. And I remember when I was all held up about beating people to the punch like that. Youth, huh? Well, wait, you're still young, aren't you? Looks like they've already made their move. Looks like it. So now what? HQ to Spriggan, we found the new traces of the hacker. Disregard the kitty for now. Your target is ZCat-1. What? ZCat-1? I don't get it. Well, they said to disregard the kitty, so... Z1? It might help to write it out on paper. Would it really? I don't see how. Like the Z spelling, maybe? I got a pretty good idea where the objective is. I can see it on that sign over there. Let's head on over and take a look. Cat, huh? Who cats have to do with the orbital? Oh, her.
So convenient nowadays.
The Z1 is the car. Oh, I see. I forgot that Z1 is this universe's F1. And here we are. Z-Cat number 1 minus the cat, and Z1 race car. Oh, I get it. Take the cat out of Z-Cat-1 and you get Z1. Our next message should be arriving shortly. Yep, stay sharp, gang. Well, that was anticlimactic. Let's see here. Yo, you in the game too? Yeah, I guess so. Didn't know there were other people doing this. HQ to Spriggan, the hacker got away. But their traces are fresh. They should still be nearby. Head for the coordinate marker... WX BC Well, what the hell is this? Doesn't make a lick of sense. I didn't really want to lose to these guys. Gotta think this one over. Well, I'm heading out. Catch you later. Have fun. Plus, best of luck out there. Let's try and figure this one out. I suspect that we need to fill in the square marks with letters. Once we complete the sequence, the phrase will come together. Yeah, once we have the full phrase, the rest is a cakewalk from there. Let's follow the code and see what we find. If I follow the code, we can just follow the quest event, right? Because I'm too dumb to figure it out. Burn arms. So, first floor is Vern Arms, second is Vern Store. And the building itself is Vern Plaza. Vern Arms, or VA, that lines up with the code. This is making my head spin. We did crack this code quickly, that bodes well for us. Oh, would you look at that? Another message. Yes, from the engineer. A pair of ZCF goggles will spell your way. ZCF goggles can be found at the Vern Store if memory serves. Didn't ZCF come up earlier? Yeah, ZCF is the Liberal Kingdom's principal engineering company. They were notable for building the first orbital airships. And now we got Liberalian goods in the picture. That really makes me think it's her. Anyhow, let's go get those goggles. What's up? Hey, quick question. You guys stock ZCF goggles? You sure do. Here's a pair for you. Okay. They will spell your way, the riddle said. Is there writing on them? I don't see anything on the frame. Oh, the lens, perhaps. Oh, I see the words. Await the aerotram. The bench will beckon. Guess we just gotta follow the breadcrumbs now. The aerotram is just up the stairs. Let's make haste. Should've just followed the quest marker, buddy. VA. They don't even burn arms, do they? What else could it be? I hate this puzzle shit. I don't get these riddles at all. Oh, looks like we're a step ahead this time. We did it! Now all you have to do is head for the bench. Roger, Rod. Yep. Hey, Ren, how's it going? Well, if it ain't the Student Council Prez. Figured you'd had a hand in this.
You caught me. Good evening, Spriggan.
Randomly voiced. But, Ren, why are you here? I'm glad I at least caught someone by surprise. It's more fun that way. So, how'd you get roped into all this? Well, I happen to know the Game Master through the net, you see. He'd been putting all these fascinating riddles online. I figured I might as well reach out to him. We got in touch and eventually came up with the idea of this game. And what better setting for a cyber-themed story than Basel? I even got to try out this new mail API I've been tinkering with. I learned quite a lot from this little exercise. You just know everyone ever? Jeez, you're one to talk, man. I did learn about your hacking exploits as Kitty through MK's database. But I didn't realize your talent spanned far more than just security. Thank you. I still have much to learn, of course. Oh, there he is now. Must have fallen behind somewhere. Huh, I was wondering why you were here. This is just an excuse to work with that Percy guy, wasn't it? This is all just stupid. The council president broke our own curfew for this shit? Oh, don't single me out, you meanie. I just so happened to hear from someone about a bored-looking Arma student wandering around the city past curfew. Imagine my shock learning it was none other than you. So James, did you have fun being a naughty little boy? Barely felt a thing. All that effort for a dud of a game. Oh, could have sworn I heard you racking your brain a bit at some of those riddles there. Okay, fine, they did make me think a little, kinda. That's excellent news. I'm sure I'll be happy to hear it. Wait, so did you really make that auto-send API thing for the emails? Like, you made that from scratch? How the hell are you even real? No wonder Ronald and I don't measure up. Oh, fine, I admit it, you're pretty damn good. Aw, thanks, but flattery will get you nowhere, mister. Oh, and would you mind keeping tonight our little secret? I'm not sure what I'd say if you mentioned everyone found out I was breaking my own rules. Sure. As long as you keep me a secret too. I'm not privy to the specifics here, but it looks like they've worked things out. Yeah, just kids being kids. Ronald, eh? So he's the other brain cell in James's group. Well, these things have settled down now. Percy shortly arrived on the scene, and the participants gave him their impressions of the game. Well, good work, everyone, and thank you for the brave reviews. I owe a special shout out to Ren. Without her, none of this would have been possible. Oh, think nothing of it. Thank you for having me. If you ever get the idea for some other game, do let me know. You got it. Thanks a bunch. Man, I never thought my online friend would be a high schooler. You're really something special. I mean, how the heck did you learn so much about the OrbitalNet at your age? Literally knows all the people that like pretty much developed it in the first place. I feel like you're gonna leave me behind if I'm not careful. Gotta branch out and level up my programming skills. Best of luck with that, pal. Gotta say, this is all pretty fun, so I'd be down to try whatever you come up with next. Thank you. I still have a lot of kinks to iron out for sure. But I might be able to go public soon. It's almost ready for average Joes and Janes, I think. Now here's a little prize for you guys since you got here first and all. Again, thank you so much for participating. Look forward to the next game. With the game wrapped up, Percy excused himself to mull over his feedback. and Ren and James snuck back into the hotel for the night.
Mission accomplished. Great job, you guys.
Mirror deposit confirmed.
A little bit of extra money. Yeah, law goes up when we don't really need it. It looks like the gap between level 4 and 5 is a lot less than all of the other ranks. Okay. Well, the clock has struck midnight, so I am going to call it a night for today. I would like to get to bed, so I will be back whenever I get back. It's always up in the air. We never know for sure. Could be 2 days. I'm usually it's not Mondays. I'm almost always busy on Mondays. But it's like it could be Tuesday. It could be literally 1 week from now. We'll see. But until then, have a good night.